The Earth's deep layers yield black gold, the foremost energy source and a pivotal force in human history. Its discoveries initiate transformations and drive technological innovations, reshaping the global landscape politically, economically, and socially. As oil discoveries increase and production processes evolve, the world undergoes profound changes, from vibrant cities to diverse transportation systems to the luxuries of modern life. Oman stands out for its diverse oil and gas resources thanks to its distinctive geological structure. This diversity underscores the nation's wealth and solidifies its status as a global focal point, drawing researchers and specialists to its thriving oil and gas sector and fostering a fertile research environment. The Sultanate of Oman primarily relies on the oil and gas sector to strengthen its national economy. However, it's also committed to diversifying energy sources and transitioning towards renewable energy.
Oil and gas, despite all the hype related to the energy transition, hydrogen economy, and so on, it still features very strongly in all the forecasts that you see from the IEA, from OPEC, from IHS, from all the other international forecasting agencies. Oil and gas is still needed as an energy for the future, next to all the new energies that we're talking about. Therefore, we cannot take our foot from the accelerator and start slowing down. I think we have a global responsibility to provide the world with the energy that it needs, whether it's oil or gas as it grows in terms of importance. And it still has a lot of future. I don't think we will see the end of the oil and gas contribution to any energy form by 2050 or even by 2100. There will always be a need for it.
We implement our national strategies to strengthen Oman's position in the oil industry, secure energy transportation routes, and comply with production quotas. Leveraging our oil wealth, we strive to achieve economic prosperity, serving as a model for development and growth across various areas of life. To improve Oman's gains in energy, PDO is poised for a strategic transformation. This involves reinforcing its leadership in the energy sector and emphasizing its role in developing local talent and enhancing local value-added initiatives.
At PDO, we've embarked on a transformation journey that is driven by a compelling purpose and an ambitious strategy, and it guides us towards building a sustainable and a low-carbon future to maximize value for Oman. As the Sultanate's largest oil and gas producer, we are dedicated to maximize value for Oman through abated growth of our core oil and gas business. By mobilizing domestic and global partners, nurturing world-class Omani talent, and deploying cutting-edge technology, we are striving to enhance production whilst we reduce our carbon footprint. And so we can support Oman's energy security and energy resilience.
Oman LNG is steadily advancing towards a leading position, bolstering Oman's standing in this vital sector and highlighting the significant presence of Omani LNG in global markets through the strengthening of strategic partnerships.
Definitely, we believe in the role of gas in the energy transition, and Oman has a role to play around that subject. We need gas to enable decarbonization by driving out coal, but also gas is well set in terms of infrastructure globally. We are able to leverage the infrastructure of gas to reach all the markets. For Oman, it's very important. It's a resources that can be consumed locally to create a value-added product, but also exported to create a value-added product everywhere around the world. By driving a growth in gas across all the key market, we really start driving away a more efficient energy usage, and we will enhance the life of gas infrastructure around the world to be able to ensure all the communities have affordable and reliable energy access. In the recent weeks, we have even taken a step further through our research and development by signing synthetic methane research with some of our partners in Japan and Switzerland. This leverage clearly the key component of green hydrogen economy, natural gas infrastructure, and the role that Oman play as a trading nation, a partnering nation.
Thanks to its balanced policies and inviting investment climate, Oman is solidifying its status as a key investment hub in the oil and gas sector. By offering stimulating facilities and legislation, the country is welcoming investors and fostering sectoral development.
When it comes to petrochemical, it was clearly recognized that petrochemical without hydrocarbon, without oil and gas, will not exist. And today, the world cannot live the same way that we're living without the petrochemical industry continuing to supply whatever they're producing, plastic or other exotic materials and so on, which we use on a daily basis. I mean, the garment that we're wearing is petrochemical, the shoes we're wearing are petrochemical, seats that we're using are petrochemicals, our cars contain many petrochemical products and so on. If we are to picture the world without petrochemical products, then a lot of the things that we are grown used to will no longer exist. So petrochemical is clearly recognized even by COP that it is here to stay, and for the time being, it is an area that we should continue to focus on. And I think it's the right move and the right balance between phasing out hydrocarbon industries and continue to grow the petrochemical industry.
Oman is also committed to boosting local content in oil and gas projects and has been a pioneer in adopting this initiative. It also remains dedicated to social responsibility projects.
So the oil and gas still represent about 70 to 72% of the GDP for Oman. Therefore, it's extremely important. It's important we continue, and it's important we make it even more efficient than it already is because of its significant contribution to the GDP for the Sultanate of Oman. In addition to that, of course, which is very specific to the oil and gas, it is still seen as the major employment sector for the national youth. The operators are currently running at about 90% Omanization, which is very high. Then the services that are contracted out to the main contractors, particularly well services, major project execution, well maintenance, and so on. And they tend to be also in the very high percentile, 85 to 95% in some cases, in terms of Omanization, but also in terms of localization of these services locally. We have started seeing now some of the service providers, local service providers, getting outside the borders of Sultanate Oman, which of course means that we are able to grow some of the local companies and they're becoming internationally recognized. Last but not least, of course, is the contribution that the oil and gas sector provide to the community itself in terms of the CSR projects that the individual companies execute, but also the ministry in collaboration with them is also executing, which is touching all parts of the society, different parts of the country, whether it's in the oil and gas concession area or outside. I think all of this, if you put it together, it's a major contribution to the society, it's a major contribution to the industrial sector, and it's definitely a major contribution to the economic well-being or economic welfare of the Sultanate of Oman.
PDO has played a significant role in implementing local content programs within the oil and gas sector. Through effective organization of supply chains and collaboration with local suppliers, the company has successfully boosted local participation and fostered economic development in the surrounding areas.
In our journey of sustainable growth, it's imperative that the benefits of our work also extend to broader society. So our ongoing in-country value, ICV initiatives, are creating job opportunities, bolstering national employment, and fostering investment in both SMEs and LLCs. After all, we can only succeed if the communities in which we operate succeed with us.
By prioritizing industry development, infrastructure enhancement, and the cultivation of skilled national professionals, Oman is reinforcing its stature as a significant global player in the energy market through attracting international investments and embracing cutting-edge technologies. Oman is paving the way for a prosperous future in the oil and gas sector.